All right, guys, we're back, man. Another episode on the CEO Network as well. Guys, we got today Miguel and Charlie from Cultivate Crypto and Dollar Cost Crypto. We're going to cover today what coins to buy, where you should start, how to get started in crypto all in one. Let's go. Man, listen, we did a fire stream yesterday with Miguel and Charlie. It was a live call-in show. You guys killed it, of course, with questions and answers. But guys, tell them who you are if they don't know who you are already.
Yeah, man. My name is Miguel, Dollar Cost Crypto. I've been in the crypto space since 2016. I co-founded the crypto mindset courses with this guy right here, Charlie from Cultivate Crypto. And yeah, we've onboarded over 12, well, actually it's about to be 13,000 people into the crypto space. A lot of people from the red pill and stuff like that. But yeah, man, we help, I'm Santa Claus, and when I'm calling, money's making.
Yeah, my name is Charlie from Cultivate Crypto. Been doing a YouTube channel there. Oh, perfect. That's way better. Been doing a YouTube channel about crypto, how to compound your crypto over time since 2019. Also co-founded the Crypto Mindset course, and we have the best tag team in crypto. That's for damn sure. But yeah, we've helped tons of people jump into the Crypto Mindset course through there, and as well as the Citadel, which is our Telegram chat that people basically join on a monthly basis. There we go. Perfect. The Herc knows what's up. We have people in there all the time who are basically asking questions and everything and learning about crypto. So we're here to pay it forward, right? There's a lot of people who everybody starts at zero in crypto with no knowledge, right? And so we want to make sure that everybody who come in a way that's really I think max beneficial, right? So they because I think most people, when they come into the market, they come in and it takes them, I would say, 2 to 3 years to get the basics. We basically distill that down for you guys to a couple quarters, depending on how active you are.
Yeah, most of the time when you lose money in crypto, it's usually in the first 3 months you're getting in because you don't know what you're doing.
And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I know little about crypto. However, my guys are experts here. And for example, when I first met Charlie and Miguel, basically they told me what coins to buy. And I bought hella Ethereum. Yep. Now, back then, I wanted a Rolex, man. But I didn't want to spend my active income to go buy it. So what I did was I invested in crypto, let it sit for a little bit, at a profit, and I bought my Rolex. As you guys know from last time with RM Plug, they're on live stream. But what was profits from? It's from crypto. So guys, honestly speaking, like, I know you're kind of like on the fence about it, but I'm telling you, bro, if you buy the right coins, you're gonna win. Yeah. So even if it's like a small, like, I want to say, like, profit, it doesn't matter. You're still growing. So
yeah, you gotta beat inflation right now.
Yeah,
you guys, everything in prices are going up right now. I mean, everyone's saying they're saying, oh, the economy's fine and everything. Like, the economy's not fine. They're printing money like crazy. They just recapitalize the banks, and you basically need to protect your capital and grow it and stuff. But there's a ton of money to be made in crypto right now. Like right now, everyone's flooding out crypto and NFT. Well, for the most part, NFTs are trash. But but right now, everyone, when it's hot, that's when everyone wants to get in. Like right now, it's counterintuitive. You want to get in now.
When it's low.
When it's low, when people are like, no, this shit's a scam, it doesn't work and stuff. Beautiful. When I hear, oh no, this crypto's dumb, it's a scam, I'm like, yes, it's good. That's good because there's no competition. We're buying coins cheap, and then when it starts warming up in the summer and stuff, and especially next year during the election cycle, damn, you're printing it.
Yeah. Every 4 years, basically, crypto has 1 year, which is the best time to buy. That last time was 2019, and the next time is now.
Perfect. So guys, give us like an overview of what's happening now in the marketplace, because I think most people are on the fence. They don't know what to do and what's coming. So just tell them a little overview of what's coming up next.
Yeah, sure. So basically what happened over the last, I guess over the last year, right, was we had a lot of these crooked companies that were attached to like political parties. Shout out to FTX. Basically, they all crashed down and stuff because basically they were using user funds and all this stuff, and we were telling people not to use these centralized entities to hold their own crypto. These things went down, crypto crashed, and then from there we unleveraged ourselves. So most industries are really over leveraged. Basically, there's almost no leverage anymore in crypto. So all the growth that's been happening recently is just because we're bouncing off the bottom right now. So where we're at right now is Ethereum's pretty much heading back to all-time highs this year. So is Bitcoin's just going to go up another maybe like 10 or 20,000 at most and stuff. So we're looking for like 38,000 to like 44,000 for Bitcoin.
Okay.
And we're looking at maybe 41 to $5,200 for Ethereum and stuff. So Ethereum's going to it's going to touch or surpass its all-time high this year. And then we're gonna get a significant dip sometime in like late summer to like early fall and stuff. Really big one. We're talking about another 40% dip. So basically, right now, if you buy Ethereum, you can pretty much double or triple your money, and then it's gonna fall down. So you can just take a little profits. When we start touching $4,000 or $5,000, you can just sell some of your extra Ethereum, get your cash back, and then when it crashes back down, buy back in, and then we're riding nice for the rest of the year.
You see what I like, man? You give people free tips. For example, just buy Ethereum. It's simple. You can follow that. But you should know when to sell as well. I think that's very important too. You should know when to sell.
Yeah. So. I mean, you want to tell them a little bit what's going on too as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, basically, like the prices that we're going towards are really nice and everything. We've already had at the beginning of the year, basically an 80 to 90% pump, and we're going to get that again. So everything that we saw from basically January through, I would say, March, right? That's basically this is Q2, basically going from Q2 into Q3.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting. And then we have there's a bunch of different reasons as to why we'll probably dump down in the second half of the year, right? We got recession fears basically in the market. We got rate changes from the Federal Reserve. We have inflation at 4% is going to have a hard time getting anywhere below that. And so that's also going to help markets dump a little bit into the end of the year. So Q4, sometime between probably December and January, maybe as early as November, that's going to be like super, super low as well. Maybe around the current prices, basically, might be where we get at the end of the year, around $25,000 to $30,000 Bitcoin, basically.
So, guys, I have a more personal question for you guys. You can answer honestly or what's good for you, because I know this is on live. But how much have you made in your career in crypto? If you don't mind asking, answering.
Like portfolio wise.
Yeah.
Oh, millions.
Let's see. I'd have to do the calculation.
I have to do the calculations,
but it's multiple millions.
Multiple millions.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, I just bought a watch and I'm geeking, bro. So
I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you, because I don't want to say exactly how much I've made.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
You're live right now.
Right, but I'll tell you how much I've lost.
How much did you lose?
I've on paper, I've probably lost over 100 million.
Damn. So how much did you gain?
A lot. Yeah. But that's crypto. The thing is like you end up you're in coins and stuff with your invested, because we've been at like VCs, which are like venture capitalists. We've invested into a lot of coins and stuff in the seed stages and stuff. Yeah. So there's things that are coins that were invested out at the time and stuff like that. So it's just like you couldn't sell them anyway. So but at the time with coins and stuff, we were the portfolio was well over 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
And as you guys know from yesterday, hop into those Trump NFTs. Give me fire. The Hurt says Citadel, we up. That's a good group to join, guys. That's Miguel and Charlie's group. And then RR8 says, any idea why has crypto gone down the past few days?
Yeah, basically, there's a few different ways to look at price, right? I would say when you're looking at price, you want to look at it from a technical analysis point of view, a fundamental analysis point of view, and an on-chain data point of view. From the on-chain data point of view, basically, we got back up to $30,000 and $2,000 for Ethereum. Which was essentially where a lot of people stopped buying on the way down. Like the people who were buying, let's say, $50,000 Bitcoin, they averaged on the way down, and their probably average price is somewhere between $25,000 and $45,000. So as soon as we kind of come up back towards that area, people who are impatient are like, okay, I'm back at kind of like a break even or a little bit below there.
Yeah,
I'm going to start selling. So that's what we see on chain. When we look at it from a technical analysis point of view, we go by 60-day cycles in Bitcoin. We also go on 4-year cycles, but on the 60-day cycles, there's two things that it's telling us. One, we had a high on day 35 of the 60-day cycle, which tells you that we're bullish to neutral, meaning any dump that happens after day 35 will probably have a market dump for about 20 to 25 days. So that will bring us to the first week of May. And then from there, because we're already in that uptrend, we haven't broken that uptrend, we have higher lows, then we'll continue from there. So this is just like one of those natural pullbacks that happens. And then on a fundamental point of view, what would you say?
Yeah, so basically we've been running up for a while and stuff. So basically it's just cooling down for a second before the next run up. That's pretty much what's going on right now.
Okay.
It's just we've been extending. We've had some of the meme coins resurgence and stuff. And I want to say one thing real quick. We've had a lot of guys. This is basically there's a lot of guys that are basically saying like it's crypto's dead and it's over and stuff like that. But anytime any new trend can come out, crypto will just absorb it and then put a coin with it or an NFT and then just jack it and go again.
I'm hearing that AI is gonna overtake crypto.
No.
Symbiosis.
On equities, I think there's going to be AI stocks and stuff that are going to do really well, of course. But the thing is, here's one thing that happens, right? You could have watch. This is really hilarious. You could have two products, right? One's shittier and one's better, but but the shittier product has a coin. The shittier product will do better.
So just because it has a coin is going to do better?
Because you can make money off of it. I mean, like this is what I say. A lot of cryptos are a lot like religions and sports teams mixed together with money, right? It really is like that, right? It's a group effort, right? So when you have an AI coin right here and stuff, and it's like, hey, like the reason everyone was like shorts GameStop or everyone was saying Tesla, it's because like when all these stocks are being bought up and stuff, the price just keeps ratcheting up and up and up and up, right? So I'm like a lot of times, right? Like let's just say your team's the Raiders or the 49ers or where the hell you're at. The team wins, cool. But at the end of the day, at the end of the season, what'd you get? Nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Nothing. But on this thing, if your team's winning, you're out here making millions.
And the coin goes up too because of the okay, I see that.
Yeah. So there's a subsection of crypto that's AI coins and stuff like that. If you look at what Elon Musk is doing, right? He basically is starting a rival to Amazon and ChatGPT for the AI side. He also, excuse me, he also has, what do you call it? His transportation company in terms of Tesla, right? He has that. God damn, need some water, but I'll grab some in a second here. But like the other thing he's doing is crypto, right? On Twitter. And so on Twitter, he's through eToro. You can buy Doge in the future, like in like the next couple of months. You'll be able to buy Doge. You'll be able to buy Bitcoin. You'll be able to buy Ethereum on Twitter. And so he has all these different pieces of the puzzle, but he hasn't put them together yet.
Right.
And so when it comes together, one of the things that I envision him doing potentially is creating an automated taxi force through Tesla. No drivers. Each car has its own wallet. It can accept central bank digital currency, so it can accept fiat dollars, or it can also accept crypto. And it will be able to go refuel itself. You only maybe need to do maintenance like once a week or something like that. And there's going to be a whole fleet of those.
Yeah,
they're testing them in Las Vegas.
And I've been saying this for a while now, right? Like people thought this was kind of like a I would say like I was smoking crack or something. They were pretty much. I was telling people for a while since Elon took over Twitter. I told people he was going to start implementing Bitcoin tipping and Doge tipping. Which that means is like, oh, dude, you say some fire tweet or something like that. People like your thing and just and send you some money, right?
Wow.
And that's coming. He's been trying for a while to buy Signature Bank. So Signature Bank, he'd be able to then process transactions on there. It's going to be Bitcoin first, I'd imagine, and then what's going to happen because it's cheaper on Dogecoin. This is why recently he changed the whole logo to Twitter to Doge for a joke.
Wow. Yo, guys on YouTube, tip or send a chat in crypto, bro. Real quick. Just kidding. The masculine investor says, thank God for Fresh. I missed the phone lines yesterday. Paycheck hits at 3 a.m. on Tuesday. Is that enough time to make the crypto mindset?
Yes. Basically, what we do, we have the crypto mindset course open until midnight Pacific on Tuesday, right? But because we're here with you guys in Miami until then, basically, we're going to probably be able to let you guys, if you're like emailing us and trying to get into the course by midnight on Tuesday. He said 3 a.m., right? I thought he said 3 p.m. on Tuesday. 3
a.m.
So 3 a.m. you're going to be able to make the deadline because it's midnight Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday, right? Okay. So we'll be here in Miami until then to support you guys. And so if you have any trouble, right, with anything related to trying to get into the course, what's the best email they can send you a message at? Because or would you prefer that they come to our support?
If anything, you guys, because I probably won't see it, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. So send a message to our support team, support@cultivatecrypto.com. If for some reason on that last day you're having a lot of trouble or something, your payment's not working or whatever, send us an email there, put in the title, in the subject title, Fresh Prince CEO or something like that. And we'll make sure that you get in because there's always, something like somebody had like a credit card issue or whatever, and it's not their fault. We want to make sure we can help them get in.
Gotcha. All right. Esteban, $5 says, I'm a driver and never needed a laptop. Do I need a laptop to get into crypto? And if so, what laptop would you guys recommend?
No, I mean, all you really need is a phone for now. But eventually, you want a laptop or a home computer and stuff like. I mean, a really good mobile wallet is the Coinbase wallet, but do not connect it to Coinbase just because they're going to be all up in your shit. But Coinbase wallet is good. I don't like MetaMask on mobile very much at all. It doesn't work that well. But there's wallets like Exodus or Trust Wallet are pretty decent ones as well. Trust Wallet's good for Bitcoin. But in terms of laptops and stuff, a MacBook Air, you're totally okay with that. I mean, basically anything. Yeah, you just don't want anything too cheap because you want a little, like, I like gaming laptops and stuff like
Alienware,
Razer and stuff.
Razer.
These work really well and stuff like that. I mean, basically, if you can run a game on it, you can do just about everything in crypto with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The box layer, that's why single mothers deserve less. Oh my God. What about I guess he means meme coins like Doge and Shiba. Are they going to go up also?
Yeah, I mean, dude, Doge has been on a tear recently and stuff, especially like Elon Musk just put it on there as the main mascot of Twitter for about, like, I think a week or two. Doge, Shiba are going to do pretty well. There's another coin that might do pretty well as well called Pepe and stuff like that. But this is just like you put some little side money, right? If you in terms of a portfolio, you maybe put like 5% or something like meme coins. But the thing is these meme coins, since you're buying right now, in a year or two, you could sell it for like, you make 10, 20 times on your money in like 2 years and stuff like that. But you just have to chill out. You put your money in there, boom, done. Just leave it alone. And then in 2 years and stuff, just take some profits and you'll be pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we like to do something which we call being coin agnostic, which means if there's a chance to make money, we'll do it. So we basically give like a 4 or 5 point idea for you guys in the Crypto Mindset course, as well as the Citadel, about what makes a good coin, right? The price is a part of it. Tokenomics is a part of it. The leader is a part of it, all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And we teach you guys to spot the difference between, okay, meme coins, right? They're just for fun, right? They usually don't have any fundamental value, but they go up, right? So we're going to make money with that. But then you have to understand how to manage that risk in your portfolio versus, the things like ETH and your other assets.
Like, for example, going all into it, for example, Dogecoin went for fact it's a meme coin, so you want to put a little bit in it, not too much.
Right, exactly. And then meme coins tend to outpace like crazy when they hit. And so then, when you take your profit, right, you want to basically bank that back into stuff like Ethereum so that you can gain more coins.
Got it.
Because Ethereum and Bitcoin are kind of like the number that everyone looks at. So if you're outperforming Bitcoin, you're doing great. If you're not, you're like, you might as well just be in Bitcoin. Right. So that's why, like, banking your profits in Bitcoin and Ethereum is a good idea, because then if, like, you don't see an opportunity at the time, then Bitcoin and Ethereum will go up and you still make more money. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, guys, this is a call for CEO Network, man.
Yep.
So, guys, if you're in CEO Network, we're going to join you in now, ask questions live on air, and we got you guys, man. So, and then once again, you're going to put the link in the chat for them, right?
Yeah, it's in the chat right now, but I'll re-put it in a minute. Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. So I'm going to switch over to Zoom right now for the guys in CEO Network. If you're not in there, guys, man, you're missing out. I'm telling you that right now. Cool.
Might be a window. Yeah.
Here we go. Bam. All right, guys. So here we are. So I'm going to unmute people in here. So who wants to go first? Live Q&A for Miguel and Charlie. Who's up first?
All right, I can hop in.
Yep.
What up, Niles?
What's up, man? How you doing? So my question is to both of you guys. In terms of if I wanted to get into crypto, let's say I don't know too much, which is, to be honest with you, I know a little bit. I used to trade futures on crypto, but I never really understood projects and, what projects are really important to invest in. So if I want to invest in a brand new project, what are the most important things that I should look for investing in a new project?
All right. Yeah. So brand new. There's something we teach you, which is called we call it the box. So it's well, I can't do it with the thing, but basically, the old L7 loser people would say to people like you're a square, right? So there's 4 points, right? Who's the founder and team? Basically, the old L7. Oh, we got some reverb here.
Yep. Yeah. Muted. Got it. Cool.
Okay, yeah. So, So basically, there's these four points when I look at a crypto, right? Who's the founder? Who's the team? What type of community does it have? Does it even have a community? Major investors and product market fit. What does it do, right? And the best two factors when you get into a coin is making sure, like, oh wow, there's actually a lot of people who really mess with this thing. It's really good. The founders on YouTube or the team's really active and stuff. It just a really active, because basically, like, you want. Even if a coin doesn't do anything, it still can do pretty well if the team's really active, charismatic leaders and stuff like it. People forget about this a lot, right? At the end of the day, who's buying crypto? It's people. It's not AI. It's not all this other stuff. And at the end of the day, what rates hype train? Even now, the stock market, right? Look at Elon Musk, super charismatic leader and stuff. And why is he the richest man on the planet now? because people want to at the end of the day, people want to know that someone's holding the wheel, that some guy is, they want to put their faith in people, whether that's right or wrong. That's what people do, no matter what.
Like, for example, let's say Andrew Tate made a coin. It'll go insane. Trump made a coin. Insane. Because it's a leader. People want to follow a leader. Remember, now we spoke about this with the types of people that you are. He has influence, so influence leads to people want to follow you. So
yeah. So, but for the most part, you probably want to stay away from meme coins and stuff like, because those are a lot harder to gauge if they're going to do really well. But here's what people usually L1s, which are like the main L1 coins are probably going to be the ones you're going to make the most money on for the most part. And that means like when Ethereum starts, you know how we said earlier in the stream, when Ethereum goes up to $4,000, the gas fees or what it costs to transact on Ethereum is just going to skyrocket. I mean, it's going to start costing like $50 to $200 to do a transaction, and then if you're doing anything on the blockchain, goddamn, it's going to cost a lot of money. During that time, real crypto users move over a lot of their trading and a lot of their speculating and yield farming over into other networks. So stuff like Phantom, Pulse Chain when it launches, Optimism, these coins start going bananas because people are moving their money in there because Ethereum's too expensive. So if you can get into a brand new L1, you can make a lot of money and stuff like that. That's one of the key things. And it's like holding like a different version of Ethereum, basically. And that because they're so low in market cap and all this money's flooding in, these coins, like the average return on L1s was about 100x on the average coin. So it's like, it's not bad. So even if you got in, like you've just figured it out, you'd still make about 20 to 30 times on your money on these L1s. And that's not including some of the underlying exchanges. So there's something I call the L1 starter pack. You know, the memes and stuff, they have the starter packs and stuff like that. Yeah. So the L1 starter pack is you need a L1 token, you need an exchange, NFT platform, and effectively, I guess they wouldn't know about GMX really, but like,
yeah, basically an exchange that
for trading
and leverage that is DeFi native,
right? And borrowing and lending and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things like Aave, GMX, and like Uniswap and stuff for Pancake Swap or Spooky Swap. These if you see something, every L1 needs that, or it's not a town. It doesn't work. So then from there you see like, okay, where's the money? Okay, I got the L1 token. Where's the money going to flow into it? The exchange. So you can buy the exchange token. So for some of these L1s, you can look, I mean, like something like Spooky Swap, right? Spooky Swap's on Phantom. That it's not $100 million. It's like $30 million tops or something. It's very, very cheap. So you could buy. Actually, I think Luke Belmont actually talked about this. Actually, I think he bought into Pancake Swap when it was really cheap, and he made a lot of money on that. I made a lot of money investing to Spooky Swap. I think we had the same strategy actually, except he did it on Binance. I did it on Phantom, and like that's why I joke around with my guys all the time. I literally just I bought a Hellcat and stuff, and a Hellcat just off of like Spooky Swap money just for fun and stuff. I called it Magic Cat.
And Pulse Chain is pretty much the next L1 that you're going to want to pay attention to.
Right.
Yeah, I have been looking into Pulse Chain a bit. Yeah, so I understand. So it's kind of the best thing to do is look into the founders, etc. Make sure they're good businessmen. Make sure the team are good at business, and then obviously identify the patterns that made the other coins go up previously, and see if the same pattern is around. Like
watch them to see if they're charismatic. All right, now you have to. There's like real world charismatic, and then there's turbo dork charismatic. But if the guy's like outgoing or just like, hey, he's willing to answer questions, you know that he's going to hypnotize. And this is some real base stuff right now, because I mean a lot of people are like, that's bad, that's not true, but this is how the real world works.
Yeah, I mean look at the stock market, look at companies, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're an outspoken 100%. Leader, your stock usually does pretty well.
Like when Elon mentioned he's gonna sell his coins, everyone went crazy. So just about like following that person, see what they're posting. And one tweet could change the whole dynamic, though. One tweet could change the whole setup for that coin. So that's crazy. All right.
100%. No, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Is that anything else?
For sure.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Cool. All right. Who's next, guys?
I can go. I have a question. So, you guys are mentioning how we have huge potential here to 10x our money, 100x our money. How does capital gains work with NFTs and cryptos? And is there a way to roll that money over into other assets and avoid taxes and things like that?
Yeah. So capital gains, excuse me, goddamn. Capital gains is across the board for stocks, NFTs, crypto, all this stuff. So let's say, for example, you made $100,000 in profit, right, in a particular year, depending on where you are in the United States, right? It'll be anywhere between usually 20 to 40% right? Capital gains tax on that if you sell within a year. If you wait longer than a year, right, then the percentage goes down based on your incomes, basically. And so the long term in crypto really does pay off. But the other thing we say is, if you do a trade here and there, and you're like, oh, I don't want to take profits right now because I bought within the last 1 year, right, and the market might go down, but at the same time, like if I take profits, I'm going to owe more tax, so I'll wait a year. I would say sometimes that works, but often just take the profit, because if you're paying tax, it means you're making money. But the thing that's hardest with crypto and NFTs is tracking the tax, right? Because it's not something like an exchange for the stock market oftentimes will basically give you a statement that you can give to the IRS and stuff. But in crypto, we don't have that. So there's websites like Coinly, Koinly.com. And if you go over there, they basically allow you to hook it to your wallets, and then it tracks on chain, right, all of the information that you've done for your trades.
Okay. Serge,
Yeah, thank you.
was that good? All right, who's next? Rami?
Yeah, I could go next.
Good, bro.
So I'm new to like crypto and stuff, and just wanted to know like what coins should I like invest in?
When in doubt, buy Ethereum. So that's the statement that we often make on our channel, right? Is when in doubt, buy Ethereum. So as long as you're buying Ethereum, Ethereum's kind of like the currency within crypto to buy more crypto, like other coins, right? So gather the Ethereum that you want first, and then after you have your Ethereum, right, then go out and look for the other coins. Right now, in particular, one of the coins that I think is at an extreme value, actually two coins that I think are a pretty good value. One, I'll let Miguel talk a little bit more about Hex, but Hex is, I think, around 6 cents right now, which is a very, very good price for to buy. It was like 13 cents, like a month ago?
Like a month ago, yeah. And then it was like 2 months ago, it was like at a penny. Yeah.
And so like it's a great pullback to buy. Hex often pulls back anywhere between 50 to 80%, over like a month, and then it'll shoot up again. So that's a good one. Another good one right now is called Rocket Pool, RPL.
RPL, yeah.
And the reason why I like this one a lot is essentially, so right now to stake Ethereum, right, to earn a yield or a dividend, whatever the hell you want to call it, but yield is the best term for it in crypto. When you want to earn a yield on Ethereum, so you get paid money just for holding your coins, you have to have 32 Ethereum to do that natively on the network right now. But if you join Rocket Pool, right, you can join a group of people in a pool, and then, you can put whatever amount of ETH you want in there. There is custody risk because basically, right, you're giving up a little bit of your coin there. But at the same time, right, you're going to get your yield. So if you're a long-term holder there and you trust the platform and you trust the people that are working there, then you'll be good. The one thing that you can understand with Rocket Pool is they're partnered with Coinbase.
Yeah.
Right. So they're basically partnered at the highest levels here in crypto, which makes them more trustable.
Yeah. Cool. Now,
Okay.
Now, at some point, but also at some point, right, when the prices get really high, you're going to end up selling these coins off, and you're not going to be holding them in the bear market as well and stuff. So that's another important distinction. Sometimes we get into coins, and it's like we're in it for 1-2 years maximum, and then never again. If they're bad.
Yeah, it looks like somebody in the chat just bought some Ethereum. So welcome to the club, bro.
Welcome.
Yeah, he just did. That's Mel Lebo. Shout out to you, bro. All right, who's next?
And yeah. I just wanted to ask like quickly, and what should I look like to buy Bitcoin?
Say it one more time.
When should I like look to buy Bitcoin, and what time?
Between now and May 9th. So you can dollar cost average, put in $1. So let's say, for example, you want to put in $2,000, right? I would put anywhere between $500 to $1,000 in basically now, right? You could put in whatever you're basically comfortable with. Take a schedule over those. How many days is that? That's I think about 2 weeks, maybe almost 17 days or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, basically take the number of days until now to May 9th, divide up that, let's say $1,000 or $2,000, however much you're going to put in, and just, you can put the same amount literally every single day. You could do that, or you could put a larger chunk now, put like a quarter of it, half of it now, and then dollar cost average the rest. But we were telling our guys basically to dollar cost average into the market from summer of last year, basically until now, right? And that averaged them below $25,000 Bitcoin and below $1,500 ETH. So dollar cost averaging wins, hence dollar cost crypto and
dollar cost crypto.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and then a lot of times the way you get into crypto is really just based off how you make money. Like I used to literally buy crypto every day because I had a cash flowing business in basically landscaping and irrigation, and I would just get checks all the time. So I would just buy crypto every day. But if you're W-9 or 1099, or maybe you make money every 2 weeks, once a week, every month, you just set up a recurring purchase of Ethereum. You build up that ETH bag, and then once you're comfortable to get into other stuff, then you can use that Ethereum coin to buy into other stuff. So it's kind of like these are the token, like as you build up tokens, one token to save, one token to get into coins. Save. That if you as long as you keep half your portfolio in Ethereum and stuff, you've got the insurance of being protected on the backside if you just for some reason really fuck up and buy something dumb. Yeah,
That's smart.
Yeah, just making sure everyone it's just making sure that you always stay in cash positive and stuff in terms of like you're always in profit and stuff. And I mean, these are great prices because like a year from now, people are gonna be like, "Damn, son, you bought under $2,000. That's insane."
Lamonta says Team Hellcat, and then Daniel asks, "Why do you say May 9th?"
That's the end of the current 60-day cycle. At the end of each 60-day cycle, whether you're bullish or bearish, you get a pump usually of about 2 weeks. It's usually 10 days to 3 weeks, but 2 weeks is the average. And so when you get that pump, right, you can take profit on it. But what's most likely to happen since we're in an uptrend is then that uptrend will continue.
Okay. All right, Peter, go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's up, guys? I had 2 questions. One was, what are your thoughts on like DeFi in terms of like liquidity pools and things like that, like right now? And then the second question was, could you go into a little more depth for us that are just like curious about what is in your crypto program, the one that you got that special running? Like, what do you guys do? What, like how many times a week? Is it a call? Like, what do you guys break stuff down and things like that?
So I'll talk about the DeFi for a second. So when the bull market's like fully raging on and stuff like that, you can jump into some random pools here and there to make money. But right now, the only stuff I LP is coins that are. So I've done the research. I like these coins, and I basically want to I can yield farm with a portion of my coins. That's perfectly fine. But for the most part, I'm not chasing these high APRs or anything unless the coin. Now, obviously, if I have the coin, I'm researching the whole market to see where I can make the most money on that coin. But outside of that, I'm not jumping into a coin just because I see a big number I can make, because most of the times you're just going to lose for the most part.
And I like that Miguel and Charlie, they research the coins first, and then they say, "Hey, I'm going to buy these coins. If you want to, it's not financial advice. You could buy it if you want to. You don't. Right. It's just
correct
guidance."
Yeah, and I have to like the coin before I even yield farm it and stuff like that. And there's a lot of safe yield out there, but the thing is, most people when they think about yield farming or DeFi, they're thinking of 1,000% APRs. You're making 1% a day and stuff. And there are those coins exist, but not as much as they used to. Is when the market starts really turning back up. Is when they'll come back and stuff. You just got to be careful and stuff. So right now it's all about getting the coins right now before you get into the degenerate stuff. Happens about a year from now. That's when it starts and stuff. So like if I were to tell you where we're at right now, we're kind of like in 2020 or 2019. Like that's where the market is right now. Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Yo, Serge, is that you, Brainiac? In the chat?
Yeah, that's me.
Serge is in the CEO network, man. He just bought some Bitcoin. Shout out to you, bro.
Sheesh, the boy.
Putting money into his future, man. Smart move, bro.
Dude, and I really like it when the chat says like, "Oh, crypto's dead, it's over." I love that.
Oh
shit.
yeah,
dude, I love that. That's just like, oh, there's still time to buy.
Yeah, you want to be as counterintuitive as possible. I think right now the stat is something like 30% of the market is basically playing in the market, 70% of the market's on the sideline. Perfect. That's the way we like it. Yeah. But to answer the second question there, the course that we do, right, the Crypto Mindset course, it's a 2-week program. We do webinars twice a day at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have 5 pre-recorded webinars, 15 live webinars that we do at those times from May 6th through about May 20th, 21st. May 6th at 10 p.m. Eastern will be our first webinar. And then we'll have some off days in between there for you guys to review and refresh and all that stuff. And then after that course is done, you have the information, you can attack the quarter. We continue to support you through a Telegram chat continuously through the quarter. And then we do these things called flash webinars where there's something happening in the market because crypto's changing and so volatile all the time. Then we can jump in there, do basically a free webinar for you guys a few times a quarter.
It's like an emergency meeting.
Exactly.
Like that, yeah.
Guys,
time to make some more money.
You're not buying a course. You're basically buying a boot camp and a step-by-step guide on what you should do, how to get started. Look, you might not know anything. Guys, I know zero about crypto.
Right.
But now being in that group, being in Telegram, I learned every single day. And if I have a question, hey, bro, why is this happening? What should I do? Simple.
Now, can I talk a little bit about that for 1 second? Like, because we were joking around with this about on Fresh and Fit yesterday. Actually, we're talking about the course boys. We're talking about we had a bunch of 18-year-old callers coming in, and this is the problem. Like, it's basically these young cats that because I'm 32. I mean, what else are you, Charlie?
37.
37.
Y'all niggas old, goddamn.
Yeah, we're getting up there, bro.
I look incredible.
Y'all niggas old, man.
Hey, but this what shit. Yeah, but this yeah. I mean,
my cane.
Yeah.
I'm 30, bro, so it's fine.
But this is what's going. Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, I know. I look like 40. Fuck you. Whatever, bro. Whatever, man.
Anyway, so we're talking about the course boys, right? And here's what's happened. It's a bunch of these dudes going to Thailand, 18-year-old dudes saying like you have this like they're the ones really. It's a bunch of dudes that don't know anything at all, making courses that are getting all this shit for bad name, but. There's people who know shit about the industry that teach people things. And the thing is, I would take a course. The thing is, you want to pay for education and stuff like that. But it is a boot camp. But after that, we have like these groups to make sure that everyone's being taken care of. Like me and Charlie, I literally we say team no sleep. A lot of times I'm staying up throughout the night and just making sure things are okay and stuff. And then Charlie takes over a different. He used to be out of Tokyo. I used to be out of the States.
Yeah.
And so we'd watch all the time zones, and we have teams, and we literally have every time zone in the team. Yeah. But we're always watching over everybody and stuff. But it's crypto doesn't sleep. But this is like one of the best spaces in the world. But these course boys, right? It's a bunch of dudes that, like, for the most part, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but they have a good marketing angle. And
pretty much.
Yeah, and then that's it. And then you get in, and and you get no value out of that and stuff. But literally, you go ask our customer base. We've helped over 13,000 people get into crypto. We have the biggest crypto course in the world right now still.
Yeah, and we've literally created multiple multimillionaires. And I know people say that shit all the time, blah, 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 blah. Proof is in the... There you go.
Guys, that is a cold, hard fact. They've created so many millionaires, including me and Myron, from just telling them what coins to buy. Now, once again, it is not financial advice, but if I was going to pick somebody to listen to that has time in the game, results, and people become millionaires, I'd pick Miguel and Charlie. Just saying.
Yeah. And most people say that, and it's bullshit, right? So these kids who are like 18, 24 years old that don't have experience in business, right? Miguel had an irrigation business for how long?
I had it for, Jesus Christ, 12 years.
Right.
Damn.
12 years.
I was a corporate recruiter in Tokyo, helping tech companies come to Japan from overseas, or Japanese tech companies go out of Japan into other markets. And so we take those skills and we bring them to the course and everything. Whereas people who are like in Thailand, just basically running a hustle is pretty much what that is.
Shout out to Passport Boys, baby.
Yeah.
Passport Bros.
Well,
Sheesh.
A lot of those guys, what they'll tell you, right, is basically, hey, here's a hustle on how to make money from somebody else losing money, basically. And so this is one thing about crypto that I think in terms of a mindset is really, really important. It's important so much to have an abundance mindset. Right? Because if you are of a scarcity mindset, you think everything's a zero-sum game. Well, not everything is a zero-sum game, especially not in crypto, because a lot of these coins, right, they're printed out of the ether. They're printed, right? They're made, some of them are money, some of them aren't. But there's enough for everybody. And when there's trillions and trillions of dollars being printed around the world, right? Money is not scarce.
Exactly.
Money is the most abundant thing. You just have to know how to create the net out there, especially through the digital world, and catch all of that, right? And so that's crypto. That's, your own business. That's if you drive Uber, however you can do it for side gigs to create income. But we don't teach any of that other stuff. We teach you crypto because that's the net that's going to basically grow that income stream the fastest.
The way I think about it, I used to do this when I was still working my business and stuff out in Cali. Every time I put $100 into the market, I was like, I'm going to get about 1,000 out of this, $2,000, and it did end up happening. It was way more than that, but that's the way you got to think about it. Every dollar that you put into Ethereum, even if you just buy Ethereum, that's all you buy, or Bitcoin, right? Every dollar that you put in, right, you're pretty much going to make $5 to $10 on every dollar.
So you're saying, Miguel, that instead of going to the club, I'm buying $2K on the table and maybe $3K in some bottles, I just put it into Ethereum and make some more money than just spending it on myself?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, savings, right?
You know what?
Novel idea.
Yeah, because guys, we spend money all the time ourselves. We buy dumb shit. I've done it many times myself. And it's like, bro, if I just put into crypto, bro, especially Ethereum, I'd be way further ahead than I am right now. Yeah. So that's a good point, man.
No, yeah, I mean that's how you do it and stuff. You gotta put money into something, and that's why I like crypto because it's so low. You can start off with $20. There's no excuse.
Yeah, one thing I tell family and friends is, well, what people used to do for their kids when they're going to college, right, is like start a bank account, get some interest. That shit doesn't work anymore, right? So instead, buy Ethereum, hold it, right? The best years to buy will be, 2019 was the best time to buy. Ethereum was $80. It's low right now. Basically, in the bear market, low is 800. Right now,
which Fresh and Myron bought. Shout to the boys.
Yeah,
Actually, bro, you know what? I'm buying some right now on Light, bro.
Perfect. Because I mean,
right now I'm buying some Ethereum, bro.
We call this generational wealth because if you can basically delay gratification, right, over the long term and use it as that long-term savings account with a strategy, right, Ethereum will go up way more than $10,000 within the next 20 years. So you'll be very, very well off.
What should I buy, bro?
Everything. No, I'm joking.
So just to just go over what you said real quick. Essentially, with that DeFi stuff and liquidity pools, we're looking at that like that's when 2021, how that was when everyone was just making stupid money, and right now we're just kind of like dollar costing, getting the bigger ones, and eventually transition.
Yeah, because right now the market still hasn't pumped up that crazy yet. So right now we still have a lot of the old existing coins, and we won't get a lot of the new coins really until next year. As Ethereum and Bitcoin and all these coins start going higher and higher, our poker chips are worth. It goes from. I like talking about poker chips because there's a ton. Like crypto, actually, like the first it was like these technocrat guys, then it went off to libertarians, and then it went into the crypto degenerates, which are the online poker players for Bitcoin. This is why poker chips, dry powder. This is why we have all these terms in crypto today, even today. And basically, our poker chips go from a $10, $5 chip, 2,500 to 5,000. So the higher these coins go, the money spreads down. It's kind of like it's kind of joking, right? In the real economy, trickle down economics doesn't work, but in crypto it does, because as Bitcoin and Ethereum go higher, people start spending Ethereum and Bitcoin into altcoins. The altcoins start shooting up, and then the L1s, because they shoot up, then their altcoins shoot up as well. And then because everyone has so much money, people start launching projects because like everyone's flush with cash, and everyone's essentially just reuse. And people say that sounds like that's every market on the planet.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Guys, I'm about to buy 3 Ethereum myself, which is 6K, as you can see here.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it right now live on air. Kumo had a question, bro. Kumo says, what's the best crypto wallet in your opinion?
In terms of safest, it'd be Trezor. That's our hardware wallet. But for right now, for most people, it's MetaMask. MetaMask on mobile and stuff like that. MetaMask on your computer and stuff like that. But if you're using the easiest user wallet to use on mobile would be Coinbase wallet. Very easy to use. All the websites are there, but just do not connect it to Coinbase. It'll tell you like, hey, you want to connect it to Coinbase? You say, hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. Don't do that and stuff. Don't snitch yourself out.
Okay. And we got various layers. My guy Cody says, I appreciate you guys. Big Boston, CEO Network. Let's go. Shout out to you guys and the awesome consistent value. Shout out to you, bro, for supporting.
Thank you.
Cody's in the CEO Network. Awesome guy. Box Slayer. That's why single mothers deserve less. Thanks for reading my super chat. I sent one last night. Myron didn't read it. Bro, we were backed up, bro. It was really, really tight on time. We were rushing, bro. So we didn't read a couple of them. LOL, what about XRP coin? Is that a good coin?
So right now, Ripple has different ways to look at it. If you're looking at it as a decentralized project, that might not be your thing, right? But if you're looking at a way for, I would say, especially South Korea, Japan, connected towards Southeast Asia, there's a bank called SBI Japan, which is heavily working with Ripple. And I think that's going to be one of the first areas that Ripple's used. So it's going to be more like a Swift type payment system. So the coin should do well and over the long term, right? But the one thing that's happening right now, which is holding the coin back, essentially, is that it's going through a case with the United States government right now, trying to determine is it a security or not.
Screw Gary Gensler.
Exactly. And Gary Gensler
Fire
is
that
going to lose his job.
Clown.
Yeah, like Ripple and these other things actually might cause the SEC to change how it does business. So there's been a court case, or this has been a court case for a couple of years now, but there was a guy who used to work for the SEC who basically said, no, it's not a security. Neither is Bitcoin, neither is Ethereum. And so that's the precedent that the SEC is basically dragging their feet on, trying to overcome, because they basically stuck their foot in their mouth. But so Ripple will probably win, and
It's-
that's going to be good for all of crypto too.
Yeah. So when they win the lawsuit, the coin's going to get listed back on exchanges, and the price of the token is going to go like that up and stuff. So I haven't looked at the price in a minute though, but it's basically it'll start trending back over $1, and then over the course of time, probably back to $3. And there's actually one of the reasons why it's been doing pretty well lately as well as there's.
Can I show them this?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Guys, I just bought, no cap, bro. As you guys can see here,
3.1 Bitcoin.
3.1
Oh, Ethereum, my bad.
Ethereum. There you go, guys.
Sheesh.
Live on air, man. Just adding to the portfolio.
That's what's up, man. And that's a great price too. You're buying under $2,000.
Dude,
Fire.
amazing price.
Dude, all right, I'll give you guys a little heat right now. Like this is just like when we talk, like Ethereum and Bitcoin are really easy to talk to because they're the big coins. They're like it's the safe stuff. It's really good. This is a lot of people call Bitcoin boomer money.
Yeah, it's the boomer coin of crypto.
Right, but these are the coins you start off with because it gives you the kind of the portfolio and the tokens to actually then speculate later in the market once you made some gains. Ethereum, basically, we're on track for this bull market to minimum hit 8,000 on it, but it can very well hit about 14 grand, $14,000 per Ethereum. And this is
Nice.
Ethereum.
Well, and here's the one thing. I think there was a question earlier in the chat being like, how much can you kind of make in crypto? And one of the things, just open the eyes real wide, you're good. But basically, one of the things that you can expect if you're a casual person in crypto, and what I mean by casual is you create a habit, right? 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week, you learn something new about crypto and you do some research, right? If you do that, you'll make at least an extra zero on however much you put into the market. So if you put in $1,000, you'll get into the 5-figure club. If you put in $10,000, you get into the 6-figure club. If you put in $100,000, you'll get into the millionaire club, right? In terms of your gains, of course, there's going to be taxes, blah, 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 blah. But that's casual, casually being active in the market. Now, if you're more serious, right, I would say about 1 to 3 hours per day, 5 days a week. If you could put that much in or more, of course, days where you have more time, like do a lot of research.
Yeah.
If you can do that, pretty much, I would say, and this is profit that you can get after tax and everything, right? Which is if you pay really good attention, you'll make about a 30x. I've seen so many people who, when they pay just a few hours a day of attention to crypto, they get that 30x, and they can fuck up along the way too. They can buy some coins that go to zero. They can lose some money on an exchange that goes out of business. They can do all those things and they still get that 30x. So imagine if you put in even more than that, right? I mean, we got obsessed with crypto because there's a lot of fucking money in it. It's quite nice.
There's coins where I mean, let me use $1. Like, let's just say if I put $1,000 in, I mean, like for every 1,000 I put into some coins, like they literally make 100 grand or more. I mean, that happened during the bull market, but Jesus Christ, God damn it.
Hey, we can set up a pool for you.
Stupid. Listen, man. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you killed me with that one, bro.
Mamo.
Peaches. But yeah, man, shout out to the boys, man. Should I buy some Pepe for my own balloons?
Willy Wonka.
Actually, that's probably one of the only meme coins I've seen that might actually give Doge a little bit of run for his money, as long as they don't rug. So I threw some scratcher money in it. I'm up actually pretty decent on it. I think I threw a couple of Ethereum at it, so I'm up like maybe 3 or 4 Ethereum on my purchase. Not bad, but I mean, it's just like you're playing around with it and stuff. But most meme coins just miss them, dude. You're gonna take L's.
Okay.
Big L's.
And Gaius Cruz, he's also in the CEO network. Shout out to you, bro, for always supporting. Great guy. Is it never open? No, but it will be open on May 1st. All right. So yeah, if you missed out, man, you missed out, bro.
How many spots are gonna be open? Because I know you're trying to keep it like concentrated, right?
I'm gonna do 100 more, and then I'm closing again.
Oh, wow. Dude, I thought you were only doing 20.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm gonna raise the price though. So if you missed out the first time, you're lost. But if you really want to get in, gotta pay the price, man. Because once again, bro, this is for my members only, and what I share there, guys, is my personal things I learned for myself. I don't like sharing with nobody else because once again, I feel like let's say you have like a secret sauce, right?
Yeah.
You tell everybody, they're not all gonna do it. Versus if you're in my network, all right, you definitely should. You want to invest in yourself, and I mess with that heavy, and as well, I want to give back. So I'm gonna give you guys the sauce, and if you want it, you can take it. But if not, then is what it is. But once again, guys, opening up May 1st, 100 spots, and then we're closed again. Okay, who's next in the chat? I think Abdel in CEO Network.
Hi. So I have a two-part question. So I heard a little rumor that Amazon will be running NFTs on April 24th. I'm not sure if that's true. I just wanted to know what your opinion was on that. And then also, what do you think coins like LooksRare and Gala can do in terms of price appreciation when Amazon does release the NFTs?
You've been paying attention a
you.
little bit.
A lot. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's still a rumor, right? Until confirmed. So we'll see, right, in a few days what happens. And if that happens, the price of Ethereum right now might be a great price, right? So, yeah, you want to talk a little bit about LooksRare and stuff like that?
Yeah,
LooksRare is amazing.
So that actually leads perfectly into that whole the whole Amazon thing. So yeah, so I'm going to say one event that happened I think this was in 2021. Basically, we all know Facebook changed their name to Meta. The minute they did that, boom, all the metaverse, all the gaming tokens, everything just went into a full-on bull market. I'm talking about like Gala. So we recommended Gala to our students at about a penny, and within 2 months it went to 81 cents. That means for every dollar you put in, you made about $81.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, our average student made like 40x on that coin because it was starting to get around $40-50. Like, yo, you guys we need to we need to take some profit on this. This shit's running too hot. But if Amazon ends up getting into the NFT space, then NFTs are going to probably go into a bull run.
Yeah, the bottom will be created there for the NFTs for sure.
So, yeah.
And I would say, Gala as well, right? Later this year, they're coming out with basically their version of Netflix. I think it's like Gala Movies is what it's called. And once that gets up and running, that's going to help Gala as well, very well. I think, what was the all-time high on Gala? Was it what, 81 cents?
81 cents. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like right now, I think it's about 4 cents.
4 cents. Yeah.
So bro, like one of the things to look at for Gala, I would say, is obviously if you buy it now, right, take profit going into the summer, and then buy it again, right, going into October, November, December, January, right, and then hold that for 2 years, and boom, you're good. But yeah, Amazon coming into the space, competing in NFTs and all that stuff is just going to help the market. It's not going to take any market share away. So again, abundance mindset.
Abundance mindset. So there's a lot of NFT protocol. There's a lot of NFT protocols out here right now in the world. But most of them, they don't give you any money back. They're most of them don't have a token, or if they do have a token, it's pretty mid, right? What I like about LooksRare, and there's some big money that likes LooksRare as well. Shout out to Arthur Hayes. Basically, LooksRare, for every transaction that happens, for every NFT, dumb or not, whether you like it or not, you get a little cut of that. So you could you could buy LooksRare, stake it on there, and you get paid in Ethereum as a dividend. So it's actually one of the few tokens that actually has a business model. Actually has a business that pays revenue and stuff to you in Ethereum. So I have some LooksRare. I think you have some LooksRare.
Similar to Illuvium.
Similar to Illuvium and stuff. So this is this kind of this model that happened in 2021 with Illuvium, where we started noticing coins actually turning into more like business tokens versus actual just these utility dog shit tokens. Nothing and like no fundamentals at all. Yeah. And if we end up having NFTs going bananas, sure, that's good. That's good for Amazon, right? But they're not going to have a token. So all the price of the NFTs are going to start going crazy. So volume on LooksRare will increase. So that means the amount of money your LooksRare token will shoot up because it's making more revenue. And on top of that, you'll just start getting paid a ton in Ethereum and stuff because the yield will start shooting up and stuff. So that's one of the big players. And there's another one. Paint swap on Phantom is going to be a little harder to get into and stuff like that, but that's more of a lower cap one. But LooksRare is a great idea, and so is Gala, because if the NFTs start pumping, gaming will start pumping as well.
Okay, good point there. We have here Love Animals. I used to transfer money to Coinbase and then to Bybit. What other ways can I use to trade on Bybit?
Don't do that shit, bro. The only reason why I say that is because most people, when they do leverage trading, lose. Right. And so we basically tell people, try to stay away from that as much as possible. Now, the other thing I will say, right, is let's say you have 3 to 5 years experience trading and in crypto, right? You got both of those, right, for 3 to 5 years. Then, okay, you can start playing with Bybit a little bit there and start doing a little bit of leverage. But I would say nothing more than a 4 or 5x. Everybody who goes towards a 10x or more gets stopped out. Think about it as like, you're in a casino and you're literally telling casino, hey, I'm buying here and I have my stop loss here and I have my take profit here. They're going to look at exactly your position and just take your fucking money, right? That's what they do best. But to answer your question, right? So he says, I used to transfer money Coinbase and Bybit. What other ways can you trade on Bybit? So if you're going to get money into crypto in general, the fastest way to get it in, right, is through Cash App. So let's say, for example, like you're having KYC issues. A lot of exchanges are asking you for a lot of stuff. It takes 2 to 3 weeks, a month sometimes to get an exchange open. You can open within a weekend. You can open a Cash App account, buy Bitcoin, right? And then you can go over to an exchange like KuCoin.com, and you can put it to any crypto you want, or you could send it over to Bybit, do that. And then you can get into DeFi that way too. But I would highly recommend going more towards DeFi and as much away from like day trading, leverage trading as much as possible.
Okay. Kim Chillin says Cardano.
It's gonna be. I think we said this on the show yesterday and stuff. Shout out to the Colin show. But yeah, Cardano's gonna have its run. This is kind of the make it or break it cycle for Cardano. If Cardano doesn't really perform that well this cycle, then it's pretty much over for Cardano. That means it still has 2 years to run, and it will run. It's basically going to come out with its own L1. It's by L1 I mean its ecosystem is finally going to start launching. They're like the turtles of crypto. Yeah. I mean, they move super slow, but they really only did one upgrade last time. They added staking, and with that, I mean Cardano went from like a penny to $3. Crazy and stuff. I sold a little early on that one. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's
but still made some big money on that.
Yeah, and it outpaces Ethereum. But 2020 was the year for Cardano. So 2024 will be more kind to Cardano, but it should do okay.
Yeah. Okay, and that's from Kim Chillin. And then guys in the CEO network, I think Candu, you're next.
Yep, for sure. First things first, I just want to say thank you all again for.
You seem good.
We got you.
Oh, hold on. You know what it is? Like I'm getting feedback. Hold on. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Let me just mute this.
No problem, man.
All right. Yep. So my first question is going to be. Actually, it's really just one question. If I have $1,500, or if I was at 1,000, but I'm thinking I'm going to like up to 15. What do you guys recommend? Hopping in that boot camp and then cost dollar averaging the rest, because I still want to get more familiar with the space, but I'm not sure like where to start and how to start.
Yeah, I would say, luckily you're in the Fresh Prince CEO network, right? So we got a special thing going on for you guys. Talk about that with us after the stream today. We'll get you in there, right? Put that dollar cost average at $1,500. Use that chat to essentially ask as many questions as possible about, what you were trying to get into. And that will be the fastest way for you to get it started. And then also, we got free YouTube content every single day. We are going off of YouTube from next week after to basically be dedicated to the course. So we won't have any free information there. So if you're like, I would say that 1,500, you want to put that all in crypto. If you have an extra 1,000 to get into the course, great. If you don't, just focus on the Citadel, ask a lot of questions, and then watch our free content over the last 2 months. And then when we do come back on YouTube, watch our free content there again throughout the summer. And then once we get that next course going, you can jump in then too. So I always recommend to people, watch our channels for, 3 to 6 months, regardless of if you're getting in the course or not, because it's kind of like jumping into a class mid-semester. There's going to be a lot of, things over your head, but if you kind of do that consistency, that's going to help you long-term.
I see. No, I appreciate that. Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yep. Sure, we'll tell you more about that thing after.
Awesome. Good question, Candu. Okay, we got Steven next.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to ask, what's a good place to find the Trump NFTs?
OpenSea, and you're gonna need some Ethereum to buy it. And here, I'll give you guys a little advice on the Trump NFTs. Now, I haven't looked since like 2 days ago, since we've just been traveling and stuff like that. But basically, they just released a second drop. I would probably recommend you go for version 1, not 2. The original ones always are the ones worth the most dough. So just get the cheapest one. That's it. That's what I recommend. Just getting one or two. If you are gonna get into the Trump NFTs, go for version 1. It's like investing into like Pokemon, the first Pokemon cards versus like the ones that came after, the Team Rocket cards. I mean, super dork. Shout out.
Charizard level 1.
Yeah, you want
edition 1, right?
You want to buy the Holo Charizard, which is just the cheapest one there on that pack and stuff like that. And that'll put you into that position later on. Then later on you'll sell it for more dollars and some more Ethereum. So yeah, OpenSea.
And guys, I do have 5 spots left apparently on the network. I closed it, but 5 spots left. So there you go. Sorry, go ahead, Steven.
Also, another thing I've been seeing pop up, the like with AI, the AI trading, and I have a couple friends that are in it, and I'm trying to like convince them, hey, like you should probably look at Charlie and Miguel and stuff like that, but they're really keen on this AI bot. How would you approach that conversation, like on trying to convince them to go the other way?
So what are you talking about? An AI bot like that's automatically trying to trade for them?
A trading bot or
Yes.
or like a chat GBT thing.
I think it's a trade.
No, they're
Oh,
doing
trading bot.
like AI trading bots.
Yeah. So the thing I'll say about those, the thing they're most useful for, right, is automating things that you're already intending to do. So if you're understanding where the market's going, it's not going to be a replacement though. So if you already understand where the market is going, then it can be useful, right? But it's not going to be something that's going to understand the market for you and actually out trade the market, right? It's not going to do better than Ethereum. You're actually, I would do this as a test between you and your friends, be like, all right, I'll put down a bet for you, right? I'll bet you one Ethereum, right? That I'm going to buy Ethereum today. You go do that bot over there. We'll come back in 3 to 6 months. Who has more Ethereum? Not more dollars, more Ethereum. And I'm pretty sure you just buying and holding that Ethereum will do much, much better.
Yeah.
And if people were really going to make that much on AI trading bots, everybody would be doing it.
Right. And then there's also like exchanges like KuCoin who have trading bots you can just use in there. And people they just lose money.
Yeah. There's no substitution for knowledge, because once you have that knowledge, this is the fucking most beautiful thing about crypto, man, is it actually is a money tree, right? Yeah. The idea behind cryptography that makes Bitcoin, right, is what we call a Merkle tree, right? And this is basically the structure of cryptography, which makes Bitcoin valuable and scarce, and that you can't double spend it, stuff like this, right? So the one thing I'd like to say is, like, you know, build that money tree and prune it every once in a while, take profits, but then at the same time, right, stack that knowledge along the way, because then that'll allow you to just like amplify how much you can, like how many more seeds you can plant, essentially.
Fire. Okay, guys, we'll take 2 more questions and then we're out of here. Steven, did that answer your question, bro?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right, awesome. All right, guys, who's up next? If not, we can end it here.
There's 5 spots left in the CEO network. I want to see this race right now. I want to see if we get these spots filled. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I thought it was closed, dude.
I thought it was too, bro. This is weird, bro. Like, I'll close it and it just have like random spots left. I don't know why. On Patreon, it says closed, but I mean.
Yeah. Well, like everybody in this group, man, I fucking love the people who are like, I'm going to actually go after this and be aggressively trying to stack knowledge in every way possible, because, you know, Fresh and Fit, right, wasn't successful by chance.
Exactly.
So, you know, pick the brain.
Okay, and guys, the course is in the channel as well, down below in the comments. So go check it out, and as well in the chat. Okay, Angel, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, so just a quick question. I'm also brand new to the crypto space and everything. I did hear Candu ask about whether like if he should get in if he's brand new to the space. Just kind of want to go off on that. Like, so is it going to be a little bit? Is this course going to be a little bit more like for the people who already have knowledge on the crypto space, or do you also recommend brand new guys to the system?
It's really both. So the first half is getting basically everyone up to snuff so they can actually take advantage of some of the opportunities, and then from there we have all the brand new knowledge, or the brand new like market updates for the coins, which we're looking at, what we've invested into, and kind of like the new coin picks and stuff that we're doing and stuff. So it's basically for everybody. We've tailored it. I mean, we have a lot of recurring students all the time and stuff like that. I mean, like yeah.
One of my favorite stories from last quarter was a guy I had a consultation with, I think it was in February. He basically jumped into the course, knew pretty much nothing about crypto in November, saw us on Fresh and Fit, was like, hey, I'm going to do that. So, right, came through your guys' link, jumped into the course. And I respect the hell out of this guy because he took full advantage of it, right? We have this thing in the course, which is basically an example portfolio, right? And we basically show you how to kind of, at the current time in the market, what's the kind of the best way to kind of balance out that portfolio. And I was jealous of this motherfucker so much because he just got into crypto. It was hard work, right? He spent probably about 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week to understand this, right? And I was so jealous of him because he was less than 3 months in crypto.
Right.
He put in the work, give him credit for that, but he's less than 3 months in crypto. And I looked at the portfolio and I'm like, bro, it's like impeccable. Yeah. And like you're in profits, it's going great. Like everything is amazing, right? And for me, right, when I first got into crypto, and same with Miguel, same with most people, there's nobody out there giving them direction, right?
Right.
This is why I started my YouTube channel, because I saw so much bullshit information out there on Twitter at the time. I think in crypto at that time, crypto Twitter was the biggest thing. Now crypto YouTube has taken off. But I saw so much bullshit out there of people basically trying to get people wrecked because they think with a scarcity mindset and that it's a zero-sum game. So basically be like, hey, bro, buy this coin, sell it, right? As you're buying it. And then, you know, they get away with it, right? Fucking stupid. So we started our channel and we never take any affiliate sponsorships. We have companies coming up to us saying like, hey, bro, here's $30,000 in Tether. You can have it right now. All you need to do is tell people to use our exchange for the next 2 weeks. We don't take that money because, right, we want to give people honest to goodness information, and we're never taking money from any entity within crypto so that we can give you the honest to goodness truth of what we see in the market, rather than most channels out here on YouTube. They're going to give you, you know, they're a Muppet, right? Basically, they have a company's hand up their ass telling them what to say. And so we try not to do that.
Guys, by the way, just so you know, whatever you're doing in life, for example, e-commerce, YouTube, Twitch, I don't know, Rumble, crypto, you need a mentor. And funny enough, you can say, you know what? Nah, bro, I got this. I can go on YouTube, Google, figure this out by myself. You can't possibly, but it might take years or months. Versus you find a mentor like Miguel or Charlie in that space that you want to learn, they cut the learning curve in half or even more. So this means, let's say it took you like 10 years to reach your goals, it'll take 2 to 3 years maximum. So it's like, bro, having a mentor in your space is important. And by the way, someone just bought the course, I believe it's Vasquez in the CEO network. Shout out to you, bro. Just send a receipt in there. He asked a question, thoughts on HBAR?
Centralized company. It'll outpace the dollar, but it won't outpace Ethereum. Shitcoin, don't deal with it. Move on. I mean, I hate to say it. You know, sometimes people are like, they get a little emotionally attached. Maybe somebody helped from their family, gave them a pick or something.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm just going to say it's not going to outpace Ethereum.
And they have a huge supply issue with, they have too many coins that haven't released yet. And last cycle, this is in late 21, they were, the market cap of this coin, I think was like $1 billion or something like that. And they were going to release something like $10 billion of tokens. And pretty much that was going to crash the price of it never happened, but pretty much they had so many tokens they hadn't released that they were about to yield farm that for HBAR, and then it just never happened. But that would have crashed the price of it. So anyone who had bought it would have just got wrecked unless they were yield farming like crazy.
Hell nah, bro. Oh, by the way, guys, shout out to everyone that just joined the network. I see you guys in here supporting. And then, guys, tell them a little bit more about, for example, the Citadel, because I think that's a great group as well.
Yeah,
you could get a lot of information.
Definitely. So basically, the Citadel, there is a meme in crypto, which basically tells you, you know, where you want to go in crypto. You got to start out as what we call pleb, you know, just somebody with a few bucks working at McDonald's, right? We just make a lot of jokes about.
Dude, I was there at Chick-fil-A, man, being a pleb.
Yeah, we were all there, right?
Yeah,
you got to be right. And
that's
but right there. You want to show it on the screen?
Wow.
Yeah, like my screensaver's out. That's the Citadel.
Can you guys see it?
The Citadel is basically it's a meme. It's a meme in crypto and stuff of like how to ascend. So basically, the richer you get in crypto and Bitcoin, the more Bitcoin and Ethereum you hold, the more higher class you are than everybody. Right? We're on the 84th floor right now, so we're pretty high in the Citadel.
That's true, bro.
And so we want to get you guys there with us, right? We don't want to be sitting at the top of the Citadel with no friends, right? We want to be up here with you guys, and we're really like, hey, bro, come on up with us, right? As we're ascending, please ascend with us, because the Moon Gang, which is the group that we basically call everybody who follows us, the guys who are the most active in chats like the Citadel, who really, you know, what do you call it? Just compound knowledge with each other, you know, share information, do their own research, and share that with the group.
Yeah.
I've seen people who've already made it, you know, made it by most people's standards. And they're like, okay, well, I got to extend my goals. I got to go beyond, you know, just a couple $1 million. I got to go 10 plus, 100 plus.
We push this growth mentality in there. It's about like, because like there's a lot of times like people are in bad situations where everyone around them is kind of a loser.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're a young kid, or you just can't move away. You know, you're stuck where you're at. You know, you have a good job or something like that, but everyone around you is like, you ain't gonna do it, bro. Or like, oh, why are you doing this and this? So it's, you know, like you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. But I was in the same position where like everyone around me wasn't where I wanted to be. So what I did is I put myself in places and listened to videos, and I made these certain successful YouTube people my top 5, and I was able to grow myself to a millionaire from there just by seeing what they're doing and stuff like that. I was on really early to Grant Cardone and stuff like that. And
Me too.
A lot of his sales and stuff, sales help and stuff like that. Shout out to the Millionaire Booklet.
Yeah, that smaller booklet.
Yeah. I literally bought that book, and then within like a year and a half of it, I became a millionaire.
Damn.
Yeah.
Powerful,
and that
man.
was not even off of crypto. That was off my business.
Yeah, networking through this information as well is the way to be. I mean, the way that basically I made all my money, before coming into crypto was as a recruiter, right? And so going and meeting people, going to events, getting in these groups, anything you need to do, right, to basically, like you said, get around people who are successful,
Yeah.
right, will help you ascend as well.
Guys, by the way, there's going to be a link in the Citadel network for people in there to get in the Citadel for the first month, basically free.
Yes.
And then from there, if you want to continue, you can.
But only people in your Fresh Prince CEO network group right here. So
boom.
That's one of those things where it's like everybody here is such a go-getter and ready to get it. We're like, we know, like we usually don't give stuff away for free, but when we do, we give it to people who deserve it because they're putting in the work.
Deserve it, 100%. And John Lopez, Jesus, and then we're out of here. Go ahead, John. Or Jesus. Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first. Can you let Jesus go first?
All right, go ahead.
I have a question. I'm 16 years old, and I was wondering if you guys do you guys recommend a course for me?
It depends on where you're at, right? So like if I would say if you're only going to put in like $1,000 into the market, right? Put that $1,000 in the market, do your own research, watch our channels, and then once you've made money, right, use your profits to come into our services. Because you're 16 years old, man, you're probably just holding savings and stuff like that. So get as much free information as you can. We put that on our channel every single day, and then once you got profits and you're ready to level up to that next level, that's when you get into the course. So
I'm actually jealous of you, bro. You're 16, dude.
That's crazy, bro.
And you're in the CEO network. Shout out to you, man, dude. That is crazy.
At 16, you know what I was doing, bro? You really want to know, bro?
You're island boy?
No. I was actually in my bedroom with some Vaseline, putting lotion on my legs. Anyhow, no. But back then, bro, I was playing video games, man. Wasn't focused on work at all, bro. So to be at 16 at this level, bro, is incredible. Honestly,
you're like,
dude. By the time he's 20, he's gonna be a monster.
He's gonna be a monster. You're gonna be a guaranteed millionaire, bro. It's insane, dude.
Consistency, like you said before.
Yeah.
As long as you stay consistent, then that's true. I've seen so many people, the young people with a lot of potential, but they just got to stay focused.
Right.
It's huge.
You can get all the holes, bro.
Yeah, but don't chase them. I would go listen to that show we did yesterday on Fresh and Fit, the call-in show. There was 2 18-year-olds in there, and we had to give it to them because they were one of them was really delusional. The other one was like he was
listening.
Yeah, listening.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus, did I answer your question, bro?
Yes, it did. Very much appreciated.
Awesome, brother. And then John, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right, guys. I was about to buy Ethereum right now. I was using Uphold, but when I search up Ethereum, it just says Ether and all these other ones that say that they're in the Ethereum network.
ETH.
Is that the same or is that different?
No, they're all
just
different.
Have to be ETH?
Yeah, just the one that has ETH only. WETH or anything else is all different.
Guys, I just bought 6K in Ethereum live on air, bro.
Yeah.
If I didn't believe in this, bro, I would not have bought it live on air.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure he's buying the right thing.
Yeah. So, ETH.
Yeah, and if you have about 5K to invest, would you go 5K all into one coin or like 2,000, spread it around?
Yeah, if you're putting that much money in, go and jump in the course and you'll get that example portfolio and it'll give you a really good breakdown. But yeah, usually about, I would say, anywhere between 3 to 5 coins you're going to want to, keep to, right? But yeah, like at least 50% of the portfolio, Ethereum.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you, guys.
Uncle Luke 1980 says, shout out to you, Fresh, and your friends helping people make money. They can call you ugly, but they can't call you a broke baby. Keep hustling, son. Listen, bro, I want to say this about being ugly, right? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So because you find me ugly and you're a guy, that's kind of gay. But ultimately, like, bro, I get what I want, bro.
Yeah.
Like at a certain level, bro, you might say looks matter, but it really doesn't matter, bro. It's about like your personality, how you move, money, of course, lifestyle. That's what really matters, bro. Looks white, bro. I'm telling you right now, I see girls with the most hideous dudes. You might call me one of those guys, but like, bro, it doesn't matter because once again, It's who you are as the man that really matters.
Well, and here's the
Fresh
here's
pulls, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen him in real life, dude. He pulls, bro.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing, right? That's all bullshit, right? It's like one of these things where it's like, there's so many people out there who just try to bash because it's easy, right? And usually haters are gonna hate. Fuck them, whatever.
It is what it is, bro. You know, I'm happy. So, okay, guys, this was a great call, man. I think we covered a lot here, especially, for example, what's coins to buy, what to get into, how to get into the course. But guys, anything you want to leave with the people? Last thoughts here.
Get in or be poor. That's all I got. I mean, that's really all I got to say, man. Is like they're printing money out here. Your dollar's going to go to zero, man. And this is not your currency. This is every other currency on the planet. They're printing trillions and trillions of dollars of every other currency as well. And if you're not in the asset class, if you're not in the capital class, you're going to lose really bad, because the people who save their money are the ones that are going to get fucked, and the ones who invest their money are going to get rich. Period.
Yep. Cultivate coins. Basically cultivate crypto as well as cultivate knowledge. The more knowledge you stack over time, the more crypto you'll be able to cultivate and dollar cost average into, and you will ascend into the citadel, and you'll be a very, very happy person.
Guys, I was playing tennis with a billionaire a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And I asked him the question, bro, like, what are you investing in now? You know what he told me? Crypto and gold. That's it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Hey, man, I'm done buying cars, bro. Crypto and gold is what I'm buying right now. Because what's happening, guys, tell them about what's happening at the end of 2024.
In terms of the market? Yeah. So basically, we're pretty much going to have a really, basically what just happened right now with the banks is that they kind of kick the Federal Reserve put this whole like account basically for the banks, where if they're underwater on their bonds, they can just give the money to the Fed. The Fed will print them brand new money and recapitalize them and stuff. So effectively, we're gonna have a shit ton of money printing for the banks, but it's only for 1 year. So what they just did right now is they're making the economy just like float like this for the next year. After the election, we're probably going into a recession.
Damn.
I know it doesn't matter if Biden or Trump wins, but I think they're going to really drop the ball if Trump wins. If Trump wins, which I really want to win, they're just going to let it go down. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going down. We're probably going to have stimulus checks in 25 or 26, just FYI and stuff. And then they're going to roll it out with the central bank digital currency and stuff. So get in before the normies and the single mommies get in with the fucking $1,200 stimulus checks and shit.
That is real fucking talk right there. Remember back in like the the mid 90s, right? There's a lot of people who are like, I don't need email. I got, my postal mail that I can use, right? By 1998, every housewife, right, had like 50 different email addresses. Obviously, hyperbole, right?
Yeah.
But, they had multiple email addresses. Same thing, end of this decade, right? All those housewives, they're also going to have multiple crypto wallet addresses.
Facts.
Yep.
Same adoption rate as email. And so, that's so important to get in before the crowd.
They're going to get all the single mommies like this. Look, you get your 1,200, like you can wait 3 weeks and you can wait 3 weeks for it to come in the mail, or you sign on to this app right now.
The future.
Got them. They got them. Just like that and stuff, selling out the crew. But man, he who hesitates masturbates, man. Get in.
So guys, all that being said, man, let's say you don't get the course, you don't join the network, you don't join the Citadel, that's fine. At least buy Ethereum, save your money up, learn free content, and then from there, if you want to later, get the course or whatever you want to. But guys, this was a great call, man. I appreciate everyone for tuning in to this call. Miguel, where can I find you, and Charlie as well?
You can find me at Dollar Cost Crypto, YouTube, Instagram, everything verified everywhere, man.
Yep. You can follow me on YouTube at Cultivate Crypto, cultivatecrypto.com, as well as on Twitter, Instagram. Everything is Cultivate Crypto.
Cool. And guys, with that, we're going to be out of here, man. Once again, man, stay fresh, stay humble. And honestly, guys, this was a great call, man. Thank you for showing up, guys. See you network as well. And we're out of here. Peace.